On the western edge of Europe, facing the vast, endless Atlantic, lies a country whose quiet coastline hides one of the most powerful maritime histories the world has ever known. This is Portugal.
But how did this nation, a pioneer of global exploration, get its name?
The answer begins not with an empire, but with a single, humble harbor.
This is the story of how a small Roman port gave its name to a kingdom that would change the map of the world.
Long before the name Portugal was ever spoken, this land was a tapestry of ancient Iberian tribes. Among them, the Lusitanians stood out, a fierce warrior people who stubbornly resisted foreign control. Their legacy was so profound that even today, Portugal is poetically called Lusitania, a tribute to its earliest defiant inhabitants. But a new power was rising, one that would organize the world in a way no one had seen before. By the 2nd century BCE, the Roman legions arrived. They didn't just conquer, they built. They laid down roads, founded cities, and established ports that would become the arteries of their empire. And in the north, near the modern-day city of Porto, they established a crucial harbor they called Portus Cale. Portus was simple Latin for port. Cale is believed to have been the name of an older Celtic settlement nearby. Together, Portus Cale became a vital hub for trade. Goods, people, and cultures flowed through it, and as they did, its name began to spread. Over the centuries, language did its work. Portus Cale slowly transformed. It was smoothed and shortened, evolving into Portugal, then Portugal, and finally, Portugal. What began as the name of a single port was now being used to describe the entire surrounding region. The seed of a nation had been planted. After the fall of the Roman Empire, new powers swept across the land. First came Germanic tribes, the Suebi and Visigoths, who established their own kingdoms. Then, in the 8th century, a new force arrived from North Africa, the Moors. Their arrival marked the beginning of nearly 700 years of Islamic influence that would forever shape southern Portugal, leaving its mark on architecture, language, science, and agriculture. But in the north, the Christian kingdoms held on. From their strongholds, they began to push back in a long, arduous conflict known as the Reconquista. During this era of constant struggle, the northern region was officially designated the County of Portugal, its identity still firmly rooted in that ancient Roman port. It was a land of warriors and nobles, all vying for control. Then, in the 12th century, one young nobleman rose above the rest.
His name was Afonso Henriquez.
A brilliant military strategist and a relentless leader, he fought against his own family and rival kingdoms to secure his land. In 1139, after a decisive victory, he declared himself the first king of Portugal. Just a few years later, in 1143, the Kingdom of Portugal was officially recognized, making it one of Europe's oldest nations with remarkably stable borders. The name Portugal was no longer just a regional label. It was the proud identity of a sovereign nation, forged in battle and ready to meet its destiny. And that destiny lay not on land, but on the water. Pinned against the Atlantic with its back to the rest of Europe, Portugal had only one direction to expand, outward into the unknown ocean. The 15th century ignited this ambition, launching the Age of Discovery. This wasn't a reckless adventure. It was a state-sponsored project championed by Prince Henry the Navigator. He gathered the best minds, funded expeditions, and poured resources into innovation. New ships, the caravels, were designed light, fast, and able to sail against the wind. They were the spaceships of their day. Navigation science advanced at a breathtaking pace as sailors learned to read the stars and map the seas with newfound precision. This combination of royal patronage, scientific breakthrough, and sheer courage unleashed a generation of legendary explorers. Bartolomeu Dias battled storms to round the southern tip of Africa, proving a sea route to the east was possible. Vasco da Gama followed that path, finally reaching India and opening up a lucrative spice trade that would make Portugal fantastically wealthy. Not long after, Pedro Álvares Cabral, perhaps blown off course, made landfall in South America, claiming Brazil for the Portuguese crown. Within a few decades, Portugal had built a sprawling global empire, with trading posts and colonies stretching across Africa, Asia, and South America. The name Portugal was no longer just European. It was a global brand, echoing across distant oceans and continents. It represented power, wealth, and a mastery of the seas that was unrivaled. But no empire lasts forever. The very success that built Portugal's golden age also planted the seeds of its decline. By the late 16th century, the nation was overstretched and exhausted. A disastrous military campaign in Morocco led to the death of its king, leaving a succession crisis that Spain quickly exploited. For 60 years, Portugal was ruled by Spanish kings, a period that saw its naval power weaken and its empire challenged by rivals like the Dutch and English. Though independence was restored in 1640, the world had changed. Portugal would never fully regain the dominance it once held. Over the following centuries, its vast network of colonies began to unravel, one by one seeking independence. The final chapter of its colonial story came in the 20th century. In 1974, the peaceful Carnation Revolution swept through the streets of Lisbon. Soldiers placed flowers in the muzzles of their rifles, ending nearly half a century of authoritarian dictatorship without a single shot fired. This event ushered in a new era of democracy and marked Portugal's definitive turn toward Europe. It was a nation reborn smaller but stable, free, and at peace. Today, Portugal stands as a modern European nation, a founding member of global initiatives, and a cultural bridge between continents. But its name, Portugal, still carries the memory of its incredible journey. It whispers of a small Roman port named Portus Cale. It tells of a medieval struggle for freedom. And it roars with the legacy of an ocean-driven destiny that connected the world. Portugal is more than just a place on a map. It is a story. A story that reminds us how the smallest of beginnings, a single harbor on a rugged coast, can grow to leave one of the greatest and most enduring marks on human history. If you enjoyed this journey into the past, please like this video, subscribe for more hidden histories, and let us know in the comments which country's story you'd like to explore next. Thank you for watching.